Do you see rapper Nelly talking about he's showing his age, he's getting to be an old man, right? But young at heart, how you live, whatever, is a big part of things, man. Get the most out of life, everyone. But he's 50 years old, 50 years young, however you want to look at it. And I just want to say, man, it was cool to see Nelly and Ashanti link back up. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti, but he got exposed as being a cold, predatory weirdo. I'm just saying that's the truth. Comment if you've seen that documentary. It was so disturbing because he was bragging about being a Nashville Predator. It was crazy. And Nelly and Ashanti, we found out Nelly tried to, not tried to, he pressed, I think was it Irv or someone about some predatory ish going on or whatever. He wasn't playing any games, but they linked back up at that one performance, and next thing you know, they picked up where they left off, and they're married. That's pretty cool, Like it's good to see love, true love, winning out here, man, in this crazy world we live in. But getting back to, let me know your thoughts about all that. But getting back to what we're talking about here, you see, he said, "I know I'm showing my age, but this was my ish." Not on lie, how many of y'all knew Grandpa Huxtable was the voice of Panthro on Thundercats? I was today old, LOL, shaking my head. So that is a fact. You can look it up. He indeed did do the voice to Panthro. Tap in all my Thundercat fans out there. That show has such a cult following, I would say. Is Voltron, in no disrespect, like comment comic book type nerds or whatever, like I'll tell you guys I'm a internet nerd in certain ways, certain lanes or whatever, like pro wrestling. I'm a pro wrestling nerd. And there's other sectors of the internet and genres of TV shows and stuff like that you could say I'm kind of nerded out on or whatever. That's what's cool. There is positives about the internet. We know there's a lot of negatives, and it's fucked up the way people communicate with each other, and anxiety levels through the roof. Like it changed society in a lot of negative ways. But if you just get on the internet, like for those that have been watching Jay Coffee talk for a long time, you've probably heard me say that the blogosphere can be therapeutic. You can get on the internet, handle some business, make you some money, start a business or network with people and things like that. And then there's the possibilities are endless with that. And entertainment wise, you can get online, tap in, enjoy some content or whatever that you like, but you got to tap out. You got to do it in moderation, stuff like that. And also, you can link with people and find inspirational things for things you're going through or whatever, So it's good to use the blogosphere in a therapeutic type way like that, and there's a lot of different communities where people who like the same TV shows, the same sports, whatever, can all tap in and link with each other and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool things about the blogosphere like that. So I went on that little spiel there to try to say I'm not trying to diss anyone when I say internet nerd. You know what I mean? But did you indeed know he was the voice? And would you put Voltron? That's what I was gonna say. Like I look at Thundercats as having a cult following. Would Voltron be on the level popularity wise as Thundercats? And do you indeed concur that it is a cult following? Tap in, let me know, and where Voltron rates. Let's see what some people are talking about. Someone here, Kim Stree 35 says, who is also gay? R.I.P. to him. This guy says, I knew. Also, Cree Summer. Freddy from a Different World, man. That's another classic right there as well, man. Was Penny's voice on Inspector Gadget. Man, they made an Inspector Gadget on Netflix, a Netflix original series, I want to say around 2014, 15, 16, somewhere in that time frame. My son, who was 2 or 3 years old at that time, he loved to watch what was it? The Sonic cartoons that they had on there on Netflix. I don't know if those are all still on there. They made some new ones that I wasn't really rocking with like that, although I do indeed like the Sonic movies, 1, 2, and 3. All of them have been fire, in my opinion. But the original voice of Sonic, Jaleel White, Urkel, don't call him that to his face though. Word is he'll snuff you right in the mouth, man. Like he don't play like, he's more Stefan Urkel than Steve Urkel IRL. So don't play with him like that, man. But yeah, he was the original voice of Sonic, which they could have went with him again, but they didn't. They went with the dude from You're the Worst Ever, whatever. From what was that? Parks, yeah, Parks and Rec. But yeah, I tried to when I seen Inspector Gadget on there, a newer version. I tried to put my son onto it, but he wasn't rocking with it then at that point. But man, Penny from Inspector Gadget, like we're really going back in time with the comics, TV shows, and all that. And this one, man. Someone says, I never understood why Panthro was gray and not black. I've never seen a gray panther. Interesting take there. Is there gray panthers, y'all? Let's talk about it. I did not know that. Interesting. Was that before or after the Cosby Show? It's been a long time since I watched either. Let's see. Before. I think it was during because the Cosby Show ran from 84 to 92. Thundercats premiered in 85. I never watched Thundercats, but I had a friend who did, and I remember I quit watching cartoons much earlier than most. My parents were in their 40s when I was 5, and it was frowned upon to watch cartoons beyond a certain age. I had to go out and help around the farm. Oh, so she grew up on the farm, had to go in and put in that work. I understand that. That's definitely a good quality to pass upon to the youth, your kids, right? It's like I was talking about using the internet in moderation, in life, everything in moderation, right? Work, but not too much. Don't overdo it, right? Watch TV, enjoy your cartoons, but don't overdo it. And man, parenting, like, let the kid watch cartoons, I think. I don't know, man. Someone says, I'm 50 and I knew, LOL. Damn, I'm old as fuck. I'm still coming to terms with Mr. Feeney being the voice of Kit. Kid, is that from dun 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 psh, dun psh, dun what was that called with Hasselhoff with the car? Something like I know it, but for some reason it's like slipping my mind at the moment. But Busta Rhymes made a song with that beat where what y'all wanna do? Don't you know we always coming through? Me and my crew. Let me hear you say fired up. That joint, what was that? But where the car talked back to him. Someone leave it in the comments. I'm slipping no way, but I can learn it now. Absolutely. Not only that, each of the Thundercats had their own theme music, and Panthro was the best. Y'all better stop playing. Damn. That's pretty intriguing, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's cool to tap in the blogosphere and take in some content, learn some ish. Uncle Phil James Avery was the voice of Shredder in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I knew that, but I didn't know that, right? Like I knew it, but Ben forgot. But immediately, like it comes right back to me. He did Ninja Turtles. I'm on your bumper. Michelangelo, you're a party dude. Man, when I was a kid, that was another favorite. I used to watch Ninja Turtles religiously. And if you recall the original theme song and all that, right? That was another show my son got into. And I was like, oh, okay, that was my itch. Sonic was, so was Ninja Turtles. And he was, rocking with the original Ninja Turtles show as well. I think we had a DVD of it, season 2 or volume 2, they were calling it, but same thing, man. Shredder, Dimension X, what was his name? Baxter Stop, man, and all of them. The movies, guys, the newer Ninja Turtle movies or the original ones? And let me know if you've seen the Workaholics, Teenage Mutant Ninja Roommates episode. That was a great one, man. Love that show. Workaholics. Wish it would come back or we would get the movie we were supposed to get. But yeah, man, I'd be watching the theme song. And when the part where there was a part where Leonardo would jump in the air with his weapon and like split the screen down the middle and then it would transition into the next part. I would act that out jumping off the couch. But if I was seen standing on the couch, I would swiftly get backhanded. No question. You know what I mean? So I had to do it on the low, and then it would, make a loud ass noise when I would jump down like that. And What happened? What was that? You know what I mean? Might get slapped up for that one as well. Man, going back in time in the time machine, guys, 80s, 90s, I think were great times, man. Someone says, I put one and two together when I was a kid. It was because he was on an episode playing with the Huxtable kids, and I screamed, Mom, that's Panthro. Yeah, that's like, there's a lot of people that do voiceovers that you catch it. Some actors. That was always my dream too, y'all, being a voiceover artist. That's why I ever first decided to try to create content in any way. And I've had varying degrees of success, but it's like some people will do voiceover work in their own voice, right? But then some will do it, like for instance Panthro. That's not, he's really putting extras on his voice and being a voice actor and getting in character in a sense, even though it's behind the mic playing an animated character. But there's a lot of individuals you'll catch their voice narrating commercials and such, but it's totally different when it comes to the TV ish, you know what I mean? Characters and such. I had no idea. I love Thundercats. Yep, I known about for about 8 years now. I believe it was spoken about when Earl Hyman passed away. RIP to him once again. We'll read these last bit of comments here and then we'll close this thing out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the button to like for me, guys. If you're new, we just talk it up on different topics over here, from TV to sports to music stuff, a bit of everything, as well as live streams where you could call in and we could chop it up. It's just what it's all about, but I need the engagement. The views been, you know what I mean? Nelly, that one didn't trip me out as much as Spock being the voice of Galvatron, of Luke Skywalker being the voice of the Joker. No fucking way. I love Panthro. Pause. I was so mad, he put made though, when they stopped the remake. That's right. What happened with the remake? Can someone fill me in on that? I did, and he's also Phyllis Hyman's cousin. Yep, I'm that old. So there you have it, man. Nelly taking us down memory lane, hopping back in the time machine, and you know, Thundercats. Again, everything I touched on in this video, I look forward to chopping it up with y'all about. And with all that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Peace and God bless. I will catch you on the next video.